Hey Gary, welcome to the 2019 OEC golf event. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing at regular speed. We'll let that play on through, and then we'll put you back in your dress position and take a look at a few things for you. Okay, so while we got you here in your dress position, let's go ahead and just do a little split screen comparison here between you and Brooke Henderson. First thing we're going to take a look at, well, we're going to take a look at a few things. One, we're going to take a look at your setup. We're going to take a look at rotation. We're going to look at stability point in your right leg during the backswing. We're going to take a look at wrist hinge. We're going to take a look at impact position and your finish. So first thing we want to pay attention to and you'll understand what I'm saying here because you've seen your swing from down the line in previous events with me, but you are definitely aiming out to the left. Okay, and your knees are falling that direction, so are your forearms and your shoulders. So we can see with Brooke Henderson here that her feet are definitely much more square to her target, going a completely different direction. The next thing we want to observe at this stage of the golf swing is that the ball is forward in the stance. Okay, in your case, based on where you're going. Again, the ball location is always relative to 90 degrees to your alignment. So your ball location is very good. So your ball is forward in your stance relative to where you're aiming. Now, relative to where you want to go, the ball position would actually be up here. Okay, but that's not the case because you're not aimed over there. So your ball position's fine. You need to improve the alignment. At this point in time, we just really want to take a look at how you're positioning the golf club on the ground. You're doing a really nice job resting the back sole on the club on the ground. The shaft of the club's leaning in this direction. Hands are a little left to center. Nice triangular position in the arms. Nice incline in the shoulders. Looks really, really good. We can also see that the head, would be positioned behind the ball. Again, some of this is a little distorted to look at only because we're aiming too far left, but I can tell that the general setup looks pretty solid. Again, all relative to where you're aimed. Now, from this standpoint, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the golf swing. One of the most important things we want to see is that we maintain some stability. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong line up there. We maintain some stability during the backswing. So I'm going to draw a line on the leg here. In Brooke's case, that's at 78 degrees. Yours is pretty solid here at about 84. Okay, so the whole concept here that we're going to look at is we're going to look at rotation, arm extension, wrist hinge, and the stability point of the lower right side. So I'm going to also go ahead and I'm going to put a circle around our head just to get a sense of what the head's doing in the golf swing, because there's some surrounding it. So as Brooke draws the golf club back, we get good shoulder rotation, head moves off the circle a little, and we get great arm extension outside of the right foot. What we notice is the right leg has not moved. Okay, so at this point in time, we're going to pay attention to the club shaft and the lead arm, and I just want you to notice. Whoop, not sure what happened there. Let's go back to split screen. You disappeared. Must have hit the wrong button. Let me pull you back up. There we go. Okay, so let's get back to the left side of the screen. So we've rotated, heads moved out of the circle a little. We've made that rotation about a very stable right side, and we've started to create some good leverage in the wrists. If we go ahead and put up your line again and put a circle around your head, let's go ahead and watch you initiate your takeaway here. So we can see you draw your hands back nicely, head's moving out of the circle. The problem is you're creating lateral motion in your lower body. So your right hip is not clearing to maintain that axis. Okay. Also at this point in time, we can take a look at your golf club and your lead forearm. And the nice thing is you're creating some good leverage or wrist cock through here. Okay. So a lot of lateral motion here. You need to learn how to load your golf swing from face on where we don't create this lateral motion. And one of the biggest things is you have to kick your right hip out of the way to maintain the angle of that right leg. Okay? And then we rotate. So we're rotating the shoulders and we're clearing the right hip. We're rotating the shoulders and we're clearing the right hip. And then that allows that right leg to remain in that position. Now as we go ahead and complete the backswing, well, what do we want to do? Well, we want to complete our turn. We want to do it maintaining the axis, and we want to obviously establish more wrist hinge. And that's exactly what we see here with Brooke Henderson to the top of the backswing. So she's completed her turn. She's done it on a stable right side where the right leg hasn't moved, and she's increased the wrist hinge. So see how acute that angle there is. Wrist hinge is a major source of power, and we have to create it, and it also creates club travel. Okay. As we go to the top of the backswing for you, we see more lateral motion. You're getting some more wrist hinge, so that's great. And when we finally get to the top of the backswing, what we see is you've got great turn, you've got great wrist hinge. The problem is there's just been too much lateral motion. So again, like I said, you just got to learn how to clear your hip and rotate so that we don't have that lateral motion in the lower body. As we go ahead and create our downswing, we simply want to move our weight from our right foot to our left. We want to fire the knees to the target, lateral motion also with the hips firing to the target. Even the core and the head can go to the target initially. And we want to fire our hands and uncoil. And in doing so, we want to make sure that as we create that drive to the target, we want to post up onto our left leg. So watch our left leg post up nice and straight. Okay? And what we see alongside of this posting up is that with all the yellow arrows, everything firing to the target, there's something you got to notice. Well, that's an action. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. What was the reactional move? Well, it's her head. It's snapping backwards. Look how far out of the circle it is from where it started. Most amateurs, they're either in that circle or actually they're ahead of the circle. Okay? And that allows the whip to come through and puts us in a good impact position. So let's watch you transition into impact here. Good movement to your left side. Now you have to create a lot of movement because again you created too much lateral motion, so you got to get back to the ball. So one of the things I'm going to point out is, you know, with your lateral motion with a wood, not going to be that severe because woods are attacking a ball or their angle of attack is more sweeping. Okay, irons are descending, trapping, and we're supposed to take divots. When you have a lot of lateral motion and you're trying to get a divot after the ball, going to be very difficult to do. So from a contact perspective, you're going to probably struggle a lot more with your irons than you are with your woods. I'm not saying directionally, but from a contact standpoint, you will definitely struggle more with your irons than you will your woods because the woods are sweepy versus the irons which are descending and trapping. So anyways, as we continue to come into the golf ball, good movement with your lower body, heads move back to the circle. What I like right now, look, so here, look how your head moved back to the circle with the lateral motion. Everything's firing to the target, like I said. It's fantastic. Now your hands are whipping through the impact zone. Watch your head. Your head snaps back. So that's beautiful. That's your action-reaction. That looks great. So as you come to the ball, your impact position is really nice. You're posting up on your left leg. You're starting to come off your right foot. Arms are in good position. Head snapping back. I mean, really from here, all we really want to do now is just make sure the right heel keeps coming off the ground up on the toe of the right foot. And that allows us to get to a full finish. So let's see how we do with your footwork here. So heel comes up off the ground, a little bit lazy there. You want to bring that heel up off the ground so you fully get up onto the toe of your right foot. So that's a pretty simple move that you can start to incorporate into your golf swing for sure. Okay. Anyways, you've got some great athleticism. Your hands work well back and fire through. You've got good coil, uncoil. You got good footwork that allows you to get through to a finish. You know, as a little recap, you know, we do need to change your alignment. We definitely have to improve your face-on view load where your right hip clears and you rotate off that clearing of the right hip so you don't create this lateral motion. That's a real big thing for you. Your movement to impact's good. Your movement to your finish is good. Just need to refine the footwork with the right foot on the way through, and your finish should be superb. Okay? Anyways, hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed getting an opportunity to see your swing from this angle this year. And if at any point in time you ever want to work on your golf game, I'm over at Glen Abbey in Oakville. Be happy to structure a program for you for sure. And also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments and you guys are looking for a unique gift to provide your guests, feel free to touch base. Be happy to discuss my swing analysis services with you. Okay? Anyways, hope you enjoyed getting a chance to see your swing again, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next year.